made beautiful music, and we thought that was great.
What kind of music was it?
Oh, we had sacred, we had all kinds of things like that. Just anything that they had in them times, but we have some. But I know one song that everybody liked is Beer Bauer Polka.
Okay.
Jenna and I both decided after this interview that we were pro technology and pro towards the future. One criticism I have of a player piano is that at the time they were only able to afford scrolls, which meant they could only listen to certain genres. Another criticism is that my grandma, her family couldn't even afford a record player at the time, so they were also missing out on different types of music as well.
And one positive that we drew from the interview with her grandma was the fact that she really emphasized that when they did have the player piano, it brought their family together, and like that's a lot of like how their family spent a lot of their time together and with friends and stuff. So we thought that was kind of a positive, because music these days, it draws people together, but not in a like family-based type gathering.
Yeah.
Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling,
Well, I know that mostly got to be on WNAX, and let's see now, what other station? If there was a love story on, I'd want to hear it.
Okay.
So, but now I can't really, I think it was Shenandoah that we listened to a radio station there, so different kinds and, tunes, then you kind of got used to a few old ones, so, but yeah, it has, how the world has changed, and it really has. I think for the better, for the most part, because you think about it, you say about the record player, like everything had to be run by battery, and then we got electric, I believe in 39, so we was in the dark.
One thing that we noticed with Brittany's grandma was that she mentioned that technology and radio has changed a lot during the past like 40, 50 years, and we totally agree with her. And like we realize that with batteries and stuff, we don't really have to rely on that anymore like she had to, and there's a lot more variety on the radio, and you can choose to listen to Christian music, hip-hop. If you want to listen to sermons or stories, you can listen to basically anything on the radio these days, so we're pro for that.
At that time they started to have blonde furniture, and I remember I had a blonde TV set. Oh no, we just all thought it was great. It was such a dramatic change, Well, used to you had about 3 or 4 stations, but now you can have so many, and it changes. You wouldn't believe all that stuff. You just go back to it, how it has changed now too. Oh, I watched channel Dr. Oz, and I watched The View, and I watched.
The thing that I would criticize is just that since they only had a few channels, they weren't able to just switch the channel and watch something else if they got bored. They had 3 channels, that was it. If something was on TV, that was what you watched.
Jersey Shore. Paris Hilton, my BFF.
Jenna, what are you watching?
Mom, I'm just watching CNN.
Turn that off right now. We only watch Fox.
Grapes of Wrath.
The Grapes of Wrath. And what was that movie about?
Well, I'd say I really don't know. I could say the grapes, but it isn't. I don't think that. I think I went with my Jake.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you really excited?
Yeah, I was. We even taught my mom into going. We were brought up that you go to movies, it was a sin, But then we did it kind of, on the sneak. But we were just brought up that way, no dances, no TV and stuff. But that sure changed. What a life we'd have if we didn't have that now, If you got faith that you know a lot of that stuff you shouldn't be watching. But for me, it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm through that young age. Family's right around you. You gotta just know what they can see. For me, I just shut it off if I don't like it. But sometimes I learn a little bit too.
All right.
You wonder what what they're going to have next. You wonder, you know, they can do.
So, overall, out of this interview, I think I learned a lot through what she talked about movies, is that back in the day, all of new technology was kind of considered sinful, especially movies. Today, we don't think enough about how movies are detrimental to our thoughts and our culture and how we discern what is right and wrong.
And another thing is what Britt's grandma had to say at the very end, just about how technology has changed so much. And I think that's so true, and it's just like almost mind-blowing to think of how much technology has changed since her time until now, and how she doesn't even have any idea about the technology that is going on today, like internet, and she just doesn't understand the complexity of it, and just to think that maybe in 50 years we won't even understand the complexity of it, because it's just going to become so extreme.
We're excited to see
Yeah.
where technology goes.
Thanks for watching our video!
Yeah, Gertrude? Are you here? Well, I'm whispering because my mom doesn't allow me to go to movies. Okay, you're here. All right.